and today we're just gonna talk about my favorite movie of all time, A Quiet Place. Um, it's just a really good movie, and I decided I wanted to talk about it and why it's so great. And also the tiny things I would fix. So first off, I want to talk about why it's bad to get that out of the way. Um, there's not much I don't like, but in the second movie the beginning is better. So for Quiet Place, part one, the middle part is better than the middle part in Quiet Place Part Two. But Quiet Place Part Two, the beginning and ending is better for Quiet Place One. But the reason I like Quiet Place One better is because it's way more emotional for me, and it also um it also is a quiet place. Because Quiet Place Part 2, this middle part, I don't like as much because it's not quiet. It's loud. It's a loud place. And it removes part. Yeah, it's still very quiet, but there's talking. And I don't think talking should be in a Quiet Place movie. Maybe a little bit, like they had in the first Quiet Place, like at the waterfall, but in general, it should be way less. And it made it way more emotional in the first movie for me because the whole family, they were quiet the entire time. They had to stay silent, and they also had to go through this entire phase in their lives where they were being hunted by these monsters that tracked by sound, and it was a great movie. But if the second one stayed quiet more, it would have been way better. It's still really good, but I'd prefer it if it was way quiet. That's all I really don't like. The only other thing I'd complain about the first movie is that in the ending, when the dad screams, I feel like it would have been way more emotional if he whistled. Because if for those of you who've watched The Hunger Games, there's the emotional part in the movie where Katniss whistles in The Hunger Games, and that's her signal for, I think the girl's name is Q or I don't know why. I forget the name, but the little girl she's helping, they have the little whistle noise. It's like that, and it's like an emotional part of the story, and it goes so well with the plot and everything. It's like a part of the story, just that one whistle. But in A Quiet Place, it's just the scream. It's just like, ah. If it whistled though instead and made the monster come towards him, I would have liked that way better. But I also talk about the better things of A Quiet Place one and one mainly. I really liked the quiet conflict between everybody in the family, because there wasn't an all-out argument and everything. It was just silent, and they didn't really mention it until the end. And then that one time in the middle, the dad takes his son to the waterfall and is like, "It's okay to talk here." And the son's talking to him, and is like, "She blames you. Do you still love her?" She blames herself for what happened, because in the first part of the movie, a lot of people say this is stupid, and this is I don't know why them this they should have written this way more carefully. It doesn't make any sense. She's a deaf girl, so she doesn't know the rocket ship that she's giving to the child will make much noise, and they're still starting. They're still new to this entire thing. They're still new to having to be quiet, not making a single noise. So they wouldn't really know what to do. They're still getting used to it. So it makes sense. And it makes sense that the youngest child would die as well, because, makes sense. I don't know why I'm saying that so much, but it does. It just makes so much sense that a deaf girl would give something to a young child not knowing how much noise it would make. So she blames herself. Anyway, yeah, the girl blames herself for what she did, thinking it's her fault. But the dad doesn't know she's blaming herself. So the girl thinks the dad does not love her anymore because of this. And it's just, oh my gosh, how can they make such a good conflict within a movie that's so quiet? It's just such a good movie, and how they're able to mess with this to keep it silent like this. So, and the dad realizes what he means, and then at the end of the movie, he makes a sacrifice saying, "I will always love you." And then he screams. So, it was a really good movie. But the ending for A Quiet Place Part 2 was also very, very good. Okay, I could probably watch the ending over and over and over again. Okay? Because it's just so good. Because the boy was always afraid of the monster. He was always afraid. He didn't want to go to the waterfall at the beginning or in the middle of the first Quiet Place. He did not want to go. He was scared. But this time, he realizes what he has to do, and he has the radio that has the signal, and it goes back to the girl too. And she picks up I still don't know what that is. Is it like a pole or something? I don't know, but she picks it up, and she's walking towards the monster, and then it like flashes between the two scenes back and forth until the boy shoots the monster, and the girl like stabs it with the thing, and it's such a good ending, and it has the score, a silent quiet. Wait, what's it? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Wait, that's not what I wanted to click on. Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, I think that's a different one. Well, it's very similar to A Quiet. Well, you'll know, you'll hear it when you see it, but very similar to A Quiet Family, which is what they played, uh, like in the middle of A Quiet Place 1. So then, and it's the music you've been hearing throughout that you remember, and at the end, you hear the music start to play, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is the end," and you hear the music come back up. It's a little different, but not noticeable different, but in a good way. And you hear it come back up, and then it ends right as they kill the monster, or not right after, but a little after. You see their after reaction after they kill the monster, and then it ends like that. Beautiful ending for a beautiful franchise. And that's why I'm kind of mad about the third movie as well, because the third movie is coming out, and I'm not that excited for it. It might be the Toy Story 4, the one that had a good ending, but Toy Story 4 came along. Remember that? Everybody remembers that. And then it kind of ruined what it put down. So we'll see in 3 years or 2 years when that movie releases, but for now, guess we won't know what it'll be like. But thank you guys for listening. And see you later. Peace.